All right, welcome to Remote Music Hackathon Demos and Performances. We've had a really incredible day of workshops and people hacking and meeting each other. And now we're gonna, and we started off with some really fantastic talks as well that are archived here on the YouTube. And so now we're going to hear about what people made over the course of the day. So let's hear a big round of applause. First, some instructions for presenters. So I think everyone's added a slide, and presentations will be 2 to 3 minutes if possible, because we have a few to get through. And we're going to start with some demos, and then we'll move on to performances. So here we go. And first up, we have a lot of AV info for presenters. We might, stop along the way to get that sorted out. So I wanted to just really quickly, because it's kind of awkward to applaud. Normally we would do demos and performances in a room with lots of people, and we would get the live feedback. So there's a website where we can make clapping sounds without unmuting ourselves, and you can also do this on YouTube, although it has some latency on YouTube. And this was a hack project from before the event, and I was very excited that Johnathan Weisner has remixed it and turned this into a clap or yell app. So I'm going to pass the mic over to Johnathan.
Oh man, it's blasting in my ear right now. You can go to the clap or yell app. I'm going to put it in the Hackathon Slack channel and the Zoom chat real quick. There we go. And after remixing Jason's clap app, you can now have the ability to yell. Earlier in the evening, I put out a request for people in Slack to record themselves wooing or celebrating in some way. So all the yelling is done by people attending this hackathon, as well as my 3-year-old daughter. The previous iteration of the clap app had a unique random sound playing for each person. But this time, everybody should hear the exact same sounds. And we can all share in the misery. You can test that by opening up like two different browser tabs, and then you can hear both hearing the same sounds. Bonus feature, you can now toggle on baby only mode, and everyone will be delighted when they hear my 3-year-old daughter yelling in their ears. Thank you.
Should we hear it?
Yeah, go for it. Toggle it on.
I'm gonna unmute the tab.
Hit that toggle. Awesome! Awesome! That wasn't a good idea.
Amazing.
That is insane.
So maybe we'll keep this up, but use it sparingly, please. Actually, maybe
there's not that much sparing in this. This is
yeah. Okay, maybe not.
Bring down the volume a little.
Cool. Well, thank you, Johnathan. And yeah, let's keep the applause going. Maybe using this for those who want to keep a window open, but also in the YouTube comments and in our Slack channel, Remote Music Hackathon. So up next, we have Rock, who led a fantastic workshop earlier in the day, along with I'm not sure how to pronounce your name, but let's have ToonChat, the team, introduce themselves. And if you'd like to share your screen, you're welcome to do that.
Hi, my name is Guligena.
Welcome, Guligena.
Yeah, it's sometimes hard to pronounce, I know. You can call me Gina. So this is our TuneChat app. You can let me just send the link here so you guys all can try it.
Yeah, I can paste that in the chat too.
Yeah. Yeah, practice here.
Yeah, so if everyone goes ahead and opens up the that link, and you can all join the house room, or and oh, Gina, do you want to share your screen to show?
Sure. Let me share my screen. Can you guys see my screen? Yeah, so this is a musician jamming app. So you can enter your name and choose a room to join. Let's choose house so we can join chat. Yeah, yeah, everybody's, yeah. The sound will play at the same time. So now we have keyboard and this tune button. In the future, we would love to have more instrument added on, so musician can choose different instruments and jam together. So virtual jam session for all of us. You guys are having so much fun. Exactly. Yeah.
Amazing, Guligena and Rock. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, and thanks to everyone that came to the workshop. He's having a great time.
All right, we're going to go back to where. All right, so thank you again to TuneChat. And up next, mobile recording app with Johann, Diedrick, and Grace Rodriguez.
Hey, this is Astrid. I'm actually going to be covering the next two,
Okay.
Starting with the mobile recording app. So,
Vicky, your stream of it is louder than mine. Oh, I'm so
And will you want to share your screen?
Sure. Let's see.
And if you're going to be sharing audio from the screen, just check the box that says share computer audio.
Okay. Actually, I'll share my screen when I get to the next slide, since there's nothing to demo here. So the four of us, between the mobile recording app and the next app that'll be featured, we decided to kind of tackle both ends of a similar problem. The problem that we noticed was around the ability to collaborate between multiple artists or multiple composers. So the mobile recording app gives you the opportunity to solve for your ability to record something quickly on your phone using the native apps that are typically available, and upload those in a format that most I guess like media platforms will accept, like a WAV file. And so this represented kind of like a new way or a new use case that is not really covered in most musical platforms today. And then overall, what it allows you to do is, after you've uploaded an audio recording in the proper format, and you've had the ability to store that in the right format, the next part of the workflow that's enabled then is you can then easily iterate on that sound to create a soundtrack in collaboration with another artist potentially, and then be able to kind of track the overall life cycle of that piece of music all the way through to when you're ready to publish it. So I'm going to pass the kind of the baton over to Johann and Grace, and they'll kind of go into depth on what they worked on today and how they created this particular component of the solution.
Cool, thank you, Astrid, for that intro to this. And yeah, I think that actually covered a lot of it. I'll just briefly talk. So yeah, this is a React Native application. So it will let you record audio on iOS and Android, and it'll automatically then upload it to a Google storage on Firebase, and it'll save it as a WAV file. And then what you can do with that is what Grace built, and I'll let them talk about it, as a web front end that will then let you download that file. And for me, the real initial use case was around, as Astrid mentioned, is the fact that you know, if you're walking around outside and you have a melody in your head and you just want to get it out there and share with other people, this app will let you do that. You can just, you know, whistle or sing a melody, upload it, and then being that it's in a WAV format, it'll be a lot easier to get it into audio editing software like Audacity. And for me, I do a lot of workshops with Audacity, so being able to get people to just really quickly get their files and to edit them was something that I wanted to do. So I worked on the mobile app and sort of the back end for this, and then I'll let Grace talk about the front end, which is displaying the audio.
Hi, the front end was pretty simple. It's basically did it within the time constraint. I wasn't able to upload it to Heroku, it was just having some issues, but I can share my local, can I share my screen?
Yeah.
Yes, it's all you.
Oh, wait. So, darn it. I have a Mac, so it's asking me, it's asking me for permission for Zoom.
I guess, I think we will need to give it permission, and then you can choose whether you want to share like just one application or one tab. And then there's the checkbox for
Right, so I need to drop in and out of the call real quick. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. We should have done a sound check for demos next time.
Okay, but yeah, it's mostly what you see on the screen that's on the slide here. It just plays sounds that are, and those are sounds we're getting from the local the backend that John did earlier.
What's the front end?
I'm sorry?
What's the front end? The back end's Firebase, but what's the front end?
React. It's React.
React Native?
No, just React. Sorry.
Oh, it's a website. Okay.
Yeah, it's a website.
Oh, okay.
The mobile app for recording audio is React Native.
Cool. That's a good choice.
Well, yeah, I maybe we can get a demo if you sign off and sign back in. Maybe
Yeah, I can do that if there's enough time. Let me. Okay.
Oh, this is your screen. We're seeing your screen already, Grace.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, it seems to be working.
What are you looking at right now? Oh,
We're looking at code.
VS Code.
The code. Okay, it's on the other. Okay, can you see this?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So yeah, so this it is. So this are the sounds that Johann did, and it's just basically a grid of showing the sounds that came from the Firebase.
I'm not sure if we can hear the sounds if you screen share again, but check the box in the bottom left-hand corner that says use computer audio. Something like that. You might be able to hear that again. I would love to hear the sounds.
Be careful what you wish for, Jason.
I have really, really high expectations of the sounds.
Can you hear that?
No.
Maybe not.
Not? Okay. Maybe we can upload the sounds later. It's just mostly talking.
Cool. Well, thank you, Grace and Johann. And let's see. We had was this oh yeah, maybe that would work there. I don't know. And thank you, Astrid. Were there 4 people working on this project?
So there's a second part. So I guess the next slide that's in the slideshow, if you want to bring that up, and Astrid can.
All right, here we go. I'm gonna bring that up.
All right, so, and we can tackle this 2 ways. Like if the sound is working on your end, then I'll just walk everyone through it verbally as you kind of navigate the app here.
Sure.
Just want to make sure you have access. Can you try clicking that link? Okay, cool. So we'll pop back over to this when I get to it. So yeah, so this SoundGraph represents the second half of the workflow, right? So kind of taking you back into the user journey here. You imagine like someone's walking down the street, an idea pops into their head, and they want to use their phone to quickly record an idea that they can flesh out later or turn into a collaborative project later on. And then you have to put it somewhere so that collaborators can discover that and then create new variations off of that. So SoundGraph supports that use case, as well as obviously if you already have something written and recorded as a composer or a sound artist, and you've put it somewhere like SoundCloud, SoundGraph also can kind of take you from that part of your workflow straight into the collaboration. And the really cool thing about SoundGraph is it creates relationships between original concepts and the variations of, or how that concept has transformed after the collaborators have come in and started to participate. I'm going to pass it over really quick to Jake, just so he can kind of deep dive into how he came up with this this idea, and maybe deep dive into the approach that he took over the course of the day.
Cool, thanks, Astrid. Yeah, so basically, you can go to the app now. The idea is simply a way to just share samples with friends or other people who want to collaborate, and have the system to keep track of where sounds came from and where they're going. So these, I wouldn't play any of these yet. These are just random top 50 songs I found just to demonstrate the UI. You can zoom out a little bit maybe. But basically you can see, or actually no, don't zoom out. Oh no, all the lines are messed up. Okay, so anyway, the idea is that every track that's connected with a line is connected musically. And if you see down here, we have real examples of one of us making a song. So this beatbox here is straight from Johann, from his app, basically. So we would imagine that he uploads it from his React Native app, and it will appear on this website, for instance. You could play it now. There we go. So, and this will allow other people to look at it, and there'll be a download button, and they can go and upload their own version, which you can see connected next to it. Yeah, great, right? It's excellent.
Yeah.
I already see the creativity flowing, but essentially, I just really wanted to come up with a UX that I didn't see anywhere else that will kind of build show the relations of where the songs came from and where they go.
So are these iframes?
Yeah, right now they're iframes, but ideally we could get other platforms involved, such as the React Native app that we were just discussing before. So we kind of thought of this all together, and he started building the uploading and hosting aspect, and I started working on the front end, kind of pulling in sounds and trying to link them together. Yeah, and we have another preview there if you want to listen to some more original content. This is a track, I think, from Astrid or one of her friends. I'm not sure.
So it's 3 song. We may not have time for the whole track.
Yeah. You can get a little sample of it. Cool. And then what's that? Yeah. And then the variation. Cool. That's our project.
Awesome. SoundGraph. Woo! Yeah. Did everyone hear that woo, by the way?
I did.
Cool. All right, use it sparingly.
Awesome!
Okay, up next we have Sounds of New York. Lisa and Danny.
Oh, hello. Could you guys hear me?
Yes.
Sure. So I'm Danny, and my partner is Lisa. We work together on building a web application. So what it pretty much does is you can upload a musician's photo to our web app, and it uses deep learning to classify the musician's name based off of their image, and then give some information about it. So, real quick, I could demo it by sharing my screen.
Sure. So yeah, just choose use computer audio when you share your
Okay.
screen if you want to do that.
It says you can't start sharing until.
Now you may.
Oh, great. Oh, I have the same issue as the other person where I might have to real quick refresh. So 1 second.
Okay. Yeah, it was pretty quick last time, so maybe that'll be okay. And on deck, by the way, we have Infinite Doppelganger.
Okay, so sorry about that.
No
So, right here is right here is our web application. And so as you can see, we didn't really focus too much on the user interface because we mostly did a lot of the backend for it. And simply I searched up famous artists, and I pulled a picture here of Justin Bieber. So this is the URL to his image, and you just simply paste it here and you search, and it takes a few seconds, but it should load up information of the artist. And this is good for applications like if you have a photo of someone who you possibly don't know their name, you could probably look it up and see if they're in like a musician's like database. This is a little different from other projects because we don't actually have real audio, but the logic behind it we thought was really cool, and the applications were nice. So it predicted this image as Justin Bieber with a confidence of 78% and some of his songs. And we were planning on linking to their Spotify profile, but we ran out of time. So yeah, this is the demo. Thank you.
Awesome. Sounds of New York. Danny and Lisa, round of applause. And cool. And let's see. Oh, does anyone have questions as I get the slides ready? So let's see. Okay, Infinite Doppelganger, CJ, Databots.
Hey guys, it's CJ from Databots. Let me set up my screen share here.
Right, I will stop sharing here.
All right. Can you see the YouTube?
Yes.
And can you hear the audio?
No.
No.
Let me try that again.
Yeah, so there's the use computer audio checkbox.
Got it.
And you share your screen.
All right. How about now?
Maybe.
I don't hear it.
Was it laughter?
No, it's Beatbox. Let's try that. Let's try it again.
Bottom left checkbox.
Right. I think there's a option in the audio that changes the noise reduction. Let me see if I can turn that off.
That is true. Yeah, there's in the first slide, there's some info about optimal settings for audio, I think.
Right. There we go. Disable. Disable. All right. Okay. Try it again.
Got it.
Nice. All right. Everyone's hearing this beatbox right now?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is a 24/7 live stream of generative beatbox. And it's being generated by a neural network. It's connected to our research we've done using SampleRNN to imitate metal and rock punk bands. Here's our code on GitHub. But this time I've collaborated with my friend Harry. He's a beatboxer. We've taken about an hour of his music. We've fed it to our neural network, and as it generates, it creates these wave files. As it's creating these wave files, we create a playlist file that just shuffles the newly generated files, streams it with FFmpeg onto YouTube, and here is the channel. And so this is how we can do 24/7 generative live streams. And the next step that I would love to do with this is read the chats right here. I have a chat scraper, and I'd love for the audience to suggest what the neural network should do, and maybe it should cover songs. So that's my project. I'm Dadabots. I'll paste the link to the YouTube live stream, and if you have questions, ask it now in the chat room.
So awesome. I love that this is exactly what Zoom defaults to filtering out.
Right, yeah. So it's kind of lost all its rhythm. There's no composition. It's sort of just a random walk. But I think it's hilarious.
All right. Have a round of applause for Infinite Doppelganger.
Thank you.
Cool. Thank you, CJ. And Harry, aka Reeps1. So up next we have Parallel Corpse. This is a massive project, and who would like to present for this one?
Who are here?
Sachiko.
Yeah, I know that many people are involved here, but this is kind of my first time to see everybody. If there is anybody we can join. Okay, I will introduce. So I think this was initiated by Éamonn, and also Louise, Peter, and many others joined this project. And it's as for today, it's not tech heavy at all. It's more like music heavy, but not only musicians, but also any person can join this co-creation of music, virtual co-creation of music. So it's more like a model of creating music. And it's not real time, but it's very quick. So during these 2 or 3 hours, we tried to co-create music. So first, somebody would upload some first bass music, and other people would try to enhance that music. So add some component to this or that, and you can choose whatever. But in order to see how it evolves into the big one, we decided to name the file according to the rule that if you refer to the audio like apple and banana, and you make the orange file, you would name the file like apple, banana, orange, so that, yeah, you can see how it evolved. So so we had various ideas here, but we will show 2 music here. First one is actually 6 people collaborated in this idea. So first we had percussion and bass and electric piano, hi-hat, voice, trumpet. So 6 people collaboratively, virtually make this sound. So I think I can share. Can I share the screen? Okay, thank you. So I think this is the one. So sorry. So visually there is nothing right now, but yeah, please. Just a moment. I think I forgot to select this. No.
There's
Can
settings for music that you might want to adjust in Zoom, by the way. So maybe you're all set with that.
I think I share the audio of the file.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. So let's try. So yeah, please just enjoy. Can you hear it? Okay.
Yep.
Like to stay, but there's no reality. Start to notice the only physicality is me. You say no fear, but it's here already. There's no need to face as far as I can see. There's no to say as far as I can. As I can.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much. And can we have time to share one more?
Sure.
Okay, thank you. So the same idea, simple idea, but so we didn't set any rule first for the first video, first music like a BPM or so. Yeah, it was so flexible, but yeah, it was so fun to try this kind of collaboration. for the first time. And sometimes it was confusing somehow, but we actually saw, yeah, how it could be more organized and yeah, interesting. And maybe we can create some app. So this one is actually maybe could be more enhanced and a little bit so interesting, weird song, but yeah, please enjoy it. I think there are 3 components here. Yes. Yeah, okay, thank you so much. Thank you. So I think we can do more, like like exploring the web app so that anyone like, so it was great that we had musicians, but not only musicians, but we had some, yeah, non-musicians as well. And I think it's great to have diverse people in co-creating music. Yeah, okay, thank you. I enjoyed a lot.
That's totally what we're all about here. So
Yes.
Awesome to hear that. And
yes.
what a big collaboration too. Many people involved. So thank you, Parallel Corpse. And I realized somehow we skipped around a little bit, I think, in the slides, and I'm sorry about that. If anyone thought that they were skipped over, that was not intentional. So I'm going to rewind in the slide deck we have this section for performances and the summer that wasn't, and then on deck is musical translation games.
Hi there.
Welcome.
This is Johnny here. So basically I was playing around with the Johnathan app a bit in the Slack competition channel. Basically it's produced a string, and when you enter /genre in technical word story, it'll generate some sort of like prompt. And the prompt I got was, you haven't heard of the German sound blues, and I just like go through a repertoire and just like found something that I just wrote recently and just took a brief excerpt from it, and just that was it. Yeah.
Sorry, can you get a little closer to wherever the microphone is? We're having some trouble hearing.
Basically, like there was a prompt, and the prompt was, you haven't heard of the German sound blues, and I dug through my repertoire for a piece, and then just threw in my what I had, like a short excerpt of it.
Should we have a listen?
I don't mind.
Fantastic. So that is that just an excerpt?
Yeah, it's just a short excerpt.
Perfect for
That-
demos. And,
That is exactly how I feel about this whole COVID situation. It's a beautiful name too, The Summer That Wasn't.
What? Yay!
Oh, we gotta turn the gain down on that one.
Any questions or comments?
Oh, thank you so much. And we can hear more of your music on Bandcamp.
That's really nice, man.
And the composition Slack channel also is can be a great resource going forward here. So coming up next, please welcome musical translation games with Eric Rosenbaum, John Rosenstock, and David Baylies.
Awesome!
I'm gonna have to mute that.
Okay, thanks, Jason. So actually, for the musical translation games, we're going to show you the concept by doing it.
Amazing.
So maybe we could switch back to grid view, and then hopefully you'll be able to see me, David Baylies, and Josh Rosenstock all at the same time. And we're going to start by having David explain the idea of the project using his trumpet, and I will translate into English. Okay, here we go. So you see, the way it begins is with a sad song about summer. And then we transition into a few simple experiments. And then we try to explain, but we are having some trouble because there's a little too much jazz. So as you can see, the idea here is to just playfully explore a kind of turn-based improvisation game, leapfrogging all of the latency and synchronization issues with remote music making by just using Zoom to have a musical conversation. And so what we did was we just generated lots of different ideas for games that we might play in this way. We had a lot of fun doing that. We've done debates, we've told fables, we've played games that involve several people. Many of them are duets though. And so just for one more demo, I thought we could try musical Mad Libs. And this one optionally can include audience participation. So basically I will speak the beginning of a sentence. It has a blank at the end like in the Mad Libs game. So the sentences will be completed musically by, and we'll alternate. So first Josh and then David will go back and forth. And I'll just keep saying the English language part of it. And if you want to suggest a Mad Libs prompt, you can put it in the chat and maybe I'll say that. The Mad Libs game, and here we'll begin with Josh. The Mad Libs game is kind of like, if you know what I mean, it starts out but then you get yourself some pizza and you start feeling a little more, if you know what I mean. And sometimes that feeling is actually kind of a feeling down in your stomach, like but then Coachella is safe again because if you know what I mean, because the future of music is exactly. Okay, maybe we'll call it there. As you can tell, we had a lot of fun experimenting with these ideas. I love the playful accessibility of it and the sense of being heard in real time by another person. We were curious about how technology could enhance the experience, but actually, I think we very fruitfully spent our time just playing games. Thank you.
I love it. It's like, yeah, and will there be some documentation of different games to play over Zoom written up somewhere?
That would be an awesome future step for the project, to invite people into this or help them set it up on their own. But we haven't thought enough about that yet. We're still kind of exploring the different forms. I'd love if anybody wants to join in that.
Thank you so much for joining the hackathon from, are you all based in Boston area?
Josh and I are, and David's in New York.
Cool. And yeah, the links that you posted earlier of the jazz technology workshop, seems like this is carrying some of the spirit from those workshops as well.
Someday we'll do more of those.
Yeah, thank you so much.
That was a really good idea, man. I liked it.
Thanks.
So, let's see.
I could kind of see guitar battles going on like that, or kind of like a rap battle, but like shred guitar battles.
Totally. The debate version of this gets intense, as you can imagine.
All right, so
this is the jam session coming up.
This is the jam session, and thanks again to Musical Translation Games. Should we do this, or should we do join a metronome and then the loops jam session? What do you think? Let's do this if you think we're ready here.
You want the metronome thing first?
Sure.
Okay. Let's do it first.
Yeah, Chris Johnston with Join a Metronome. Thanks for your workshop earlier. And, yeah. So what? There's a new demo video, and do you want to share your screen or?
No, I mean, if you just want, yeah, I guess I can. But if you just want to click, yeah, because you're already sharing.
Sure.
So, yeah, that one's today's video, and so that was 3 people or 4 people that never played before. We just picked the 4-chord song, which is C, G, A minor, F. It's it's pretty much every song there is. So yeah, there's us, and you can play, and then we get a little off in the center, but I think that was more musical error than us. So you can hit play. Okay.
All right. I'm going.
Okay, so basically we're all listening to the metronome right now.
Yeah.
All right.
You go, girl.
I think she had us
Muted.
muted.
Well, yeah, you can cut it there. So yeah, definitely an underwhelming, show, but it kind of shows what can be done. We didn't really. The biggest problem we're having is the user experience of syncing everything, and also Zoom is really, no matter what you do, is not a good. It comes out a lot better if you go to joinametronome.com. You can hear me and my buddy doing it, and Instagram Live definitely seems to be a better tool. And then if you want to check it out, that How It Works video, the first half is kind of about how Join a Metronome works, and then at minute 5, I show you some of the code and kind of, I honestly wish, and I say this, I can do a better job of explaining it, but it was kind of a little while ago since I wrote it, and it's all spaghetti JavaScript. But you know, if you are curious how, you know, to get the metronomes sync, let me know there. And if you want to help out with the project, there's still like lots of things we can do to make it better. Yeah, I'd be happy to keep hacking on it.
Thank you so much, and thank you for the workshop today as well.
Right on. Pleasure to be here.
So I think we have 2 more demos. One is we have the Collab house party DJ machine, and actually we may have 3 more. Should we? Because I kind of want to do this. I want to do the loops jam at the end. Is that okay, Dewey?
Yeah, it makes sense because it may go over the board. I don't know how to say, but
yeah, because basically that's a website where we can just kind of keep jamming.
Okay, good idea.
So let's do. It's possible that we'll have multiple like that, but should we go Anthony and Sid from Collab House Party DJ Machine?
I was actually also involved with that. If they are not online just right now, to better explain.
Sure.
So like for what I understood, it's like you have it's like replicating having cubes over a table, and you pick a cube and you put it on the table, and it's a loop, an audio loop that sounds. So it enables to play parts of a track of loops by just inserting but the work has been done like on screen. So you just drag and drop an element on your browser and insert it, and what you see just on the screen here.
I hope you like me as more than just a friend.
So can we all go to this website?
I guess so. Yes, I think you can go to this URL here.
So if anyone else wants to go to dj-machine.glitch.me.
So yeah, and I think I understood the idea at the end of it's like you come multiple people over this URL, and then you jam together with cubes in a way. That's how I understood the project. So yeah, I think I don't know if right now you can be multiple player doing it, or if it's only one player at a time. But the goal in the future, at least, would be to be able to play with multiple players.
Awesome. So it's like a table for moving blocks of loops around together as a group. Well, please, yeah, we'll need to share when we can collaborate as well. Cool. Thank you, Anthony and Sid and Dewey. And let's see, we have a slide that maybe if I refresh this page, we'll see if there's more info. Or people have added lots of last minute things. Streaming interaction. Omri Nuri. Omri, are you on the call?
Working.
Oh, cool.
All right, it's working. So basically, it's mostly last minute. So what I got working is that it's a polling app, and basically lets you raise a note up half a step or down half a step. I was also doing it. I mean, part of the brainstorming was with Dewey and with Joe, but I guess in the end we couldn't do it together. So this is the voting app. It's pretty, doesn't look that good. But let's say I press a note in my Max for Live button.
Oh. Do you have audio from your computer that you want to share for this, by the way? So I think you're muted right now. Did you mean to mute yourself?
So
you're back.
Yeah, so I need to share my screen to show that the note is actually triggered in Ableton Live. But I mean, if it's important.
Yeah, go for it. Oh, but you're muted again. Maybe that's part of it.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. So this is how I start a poll. I just start a poll, and everybody that can, they join the poll and they cast their votes. And once I stop the vote, it basically tells me if the majority said to raise the note up or raise the note down. And once I stop it, it raised the note. I'm not actually aware of what happened in the.
I voted for up. I don't know about everyone else.
Okay, so let's say that we start again and try to vote down. I'm gonna start. I'm not looking at the. So if you tell me if it's the majority is going down.
It's 1 up, 2 down.
All right, so I'm gonna stop. And it lowered 1 note. So it was in E. It was an E in an E, and now it's on D sharp. So, I mean, basically, it's a very simplistic idea, but the implementation is very simple. But the idea is that you can implement this into any kind of poll, into any kind of change in the music. And this is like a way for making an interactive composition. And you can also like automate, you can basically automate the polls also if you want. And so this is for making public interaction with polling. And the idea is that afterwards you can, sorry, I'm gonna stop sharing. Afterwards, you can embed this in a Twitch streaming because Twitch lets you make extensions that you can embed JavaScript and basically web apps you can embed inside of the streaming. So you can make polls for live streaming. That's the idea.
Super cool. So streaming interaction. Round of applause, everyone. And we have, I think our last demo / performance is going to be an interactive one. More interactivity. So we'll pass the mic over to Dewey, and I will load up the website on this computer.
Okay, so I will also give you the link on the Slack chat room, and also the Zoom one. So the idea is to go to this link. It's going to be on your browser, and you will be able to join a jam session for those who couldn't, who didn't come to for the first one that we did earlier today. So once everyone has loaded the wow. the website, there's another chat room inside where we can share instructions during the actual jam session. And now I see that there are some people that have joined. So I will be able to, or maybe I need to wait for Jason to. Oh yeah, you have you have the right screen, so we are maybe ready to start. Okay, so yeah, okay, so yeah, we will start. Wait a bit. No. Okay, now we're supposed to be starting.
really know how to stop it for the presentation, but I think people who have this window open should feel free to continue jamming, and maybe
Okay.
we'll sign off and we'll continue jamming.
Okay, maybe we can do that.
We can keep the live stream going for as long as people want to, or just keep the window open for as long as you like. And, whoa. I want to give a big thanks to all of the incredible volunteer organizers. I know Steph and Shigari are on the call right now. Hugh, and I'm just looking through, and Katarina. This has been such a fun day. And Inza, and also many other. I'm not sure if Victoria is on the call, Beverly, Brendan, and we had Owen and Taylor, and I think those are some of the organizers there. So if you would like to get involved in organizing events, you should reach out to us. We're remote-organizers on the Slack channel. And let's see, we want to thank all of our workshop leaders as well. Oh, maybe Victoria, some people are watching on the YouTube. Yeah, all of our incredible workshop leaders. Wow, I'm trying to even remember all of the presenters' names. Does someone want to help me with this? We had Aaron G and Jen Cutler with the workshop. Rock, who is on the call. Rock Robinson, Chris Johnson is on the call. And Dewey, that was such a cool workshop. Thank you. And performance just now. And then Bashiri Johnson, Katya Lipovetsky, Icky Castillo, Brian Velasco, and Donnie Clemens, and Damon Holzborn, and John O'Brien, and Chris Gilbert, and Justin Frankel, and David Wilson, and our captioner, Lauren. So thanks so much, everybody. Anyone else? Should we just keep streaming? Keep streaming the loops?
Thank you, Jason, for amazing yeoman work.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, and this is. I think that we're going to need to do another event at some point where we just share updates on all of these cool projects. So if you'd like to help make that happen, let's reach out and make it happen. And maybe we'll keep streaming for a little bit, but I don't know. We'll just see where it goes with loops.
Thank you all. Bye.
Yeah, thank you. I think the next one will be even better. We learned so much. So
we learned a lot.
Everyone had so much fun, and I'm just excited. Thank you.
Super fun.
We're trying to get a slow clap going, but not working.
Okay. Yeah.
I think that thing, if it kind of sounds like it's quantizing at sometimes, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah, it does. It's
It has some reverb on it.
You know, it's better than nothing. So.
Now I need okay.
Cool. Well,
all right.
I'm gonna put the loops back on if people want to keep making loops, and we can chat in the Slack. The Slack history is going to go away though, because we had a free trial that will expire. So save any links that you want to save. Be sure to do that before the end of this week or so. And thank you, Spotify Zoom, for letting us use the Zoom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Need to get another free trial for Slack for next time.
Brendan, hey. Cool.
I'm so impressed at how well everything went today, considering all the things that had to be figured out and things that had to be organized, and difficulties of doing this whole thing in a completely different way. And I feel like it was as successful as any hackathon we've ever had in the last 7 years.
All right, cheers everyone. Let's hear some loops, and we'll all talk soon.
Yes, stay safe everyone.
Here, I'm gonna get the screen share going. And yes.
How do I get back?
Whoa!
That is so close to a boo.
Yeah! Awesome! What?